What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Land. Welcome to SOAPBOX. If you've been following the channel, you know this is my weekly commentary show where I just pretty much talk about what I watched on YouTube or social media, which I call community, hot topic or rant. Mostly hot topics. You know, I really don't like to do rants, but if I need to rant, I will. And then last but not least, toy news, which is what I call toy news, pretty much what I'm interested in, what I'm looking for, and if I can find some decent clearance or something to look out for, we pretty much cover that. So let's jump right into it and let's get into the first segment because I got quite a bit to talk about this week on my community. So as far as community, what I've watched and have been watching for the past month, we'll go ahead and jump right into the elephant in the room, is Mattel Creations W.C.W. NITRO is basically fighting for his life. Today is May the 6th, Saturday. The crowdfunding ended early this morning, and to be quite honest with you, I can't really see where it's at. Did it get funded or not? It probably would have said it. I went to the Mattel Creation site. I don't see it there. I've been periodically checking this thing throughout the day, and for the most part, for the better part of a month and a half, it's really been kind of below. It only needed 5,000 backers to back this thing, but it's been below that. It's been hovering around about 2,000. And today I was just pretty much taking pictures periodically. And at a little bit like about 5 or 6 o'clock this Friday afternoon on the 5th, it was sitting at about 3,400. Now I believe it can get there. I might have to come do a future edit in this video, but if you don't see it, then hey, it didn't get backed. And then I checked it a little bit later on, and it was sitting at about 300 more people at about 9 o'clock Friday night on the 5th. So 3,704 backers. I don't think this thing got backed. Like I said, I don't have a problem with this set. I just think we're already in a small community, and this is a splice of a small community. As you pay attention to toys, wrestling figures go on sale all the time because people just not pulling them off the pegs fast enough. I think this thing was warranted, but it was only for a special group of guys. For $400, it covered a lot of real estate. You definitely could house a lot more figures and have a lot more playability than a vehicle or just a giant man, which is just one person almost being like a diorama. This actually really was a diorama for $400. Now that I think about it, I've paid $350 for a styrofoam diorama from High School Creations. So that's in my head. My head automatically is on automatic, like, okay, it's warranted if you feel like it's worth it, because I done paid for styrofoam that was about $200-300, and this thing was $400. Me, it just really wasn't high up on my list. If I had it like that right now, I would have threw it in the pot just to get it if I had the real estate. It really ain't about the money. It's about money, real estate, and how high up is this? Wrestling is very popular. WWE, AEW, but how many people really collect figures? A lot of people are just in love with the actual people and going to the shows and the sport and the love of it, but are they really in love with plastic? So, and I'm thinking, like, how much can Mattel do with the WWE line? Now, a lot of people I've heard say if this thing was a little bit cheaper, they would fund it. But that ring last year was expensive, $250. And then this thing really wasn't holding a lot on the figures. That Ultimate Warrior was, Hogan is, I've seen him before. Rey Mysterio, I've seen him before. Even when we didn't have them, the only person that was kind of really worth warranted was Big Papa Punk. That's who I wanted. And Diamond Dallas Page, I want him because I don't have him in my collection, but there's a lot of people who do. So there really wasn't a lot riding on this like, ooh, I have to have this. The only thing you would make you say, ooh, I have to have this is if it was vice versa. If this was the Raw stage, that got funded, and then it's the following year, and you like, okay, well, I need the W.C.W. NITRO so I can make the Monday Night Wars in my toy room. But it didn't go down. Before I get off this subject, this was a quiet one too. You want to know why? Because this isn't a giant that you have to fight. Now, Mattel is a giant, but far as this line, like WW Elite is not as big as Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse. Like, people are big on those, and those are big topics. So this wasn't a big topic, so it wasn't a big war behind it, even though it's about the Monday Night Wars. So this thing pretty much went under the radar quietly with not a lot of hoopla around it, not a lot of wars, many wars popping off, and not a lot of controversies, which was good for my ears. But hey, maybe they'll get them next time. But I just don't see, like, what else could they do to do a crowdfund. It's just pretty much everybody jumping on the crowdfund tip. And this right here is a very limited line of what you can do to crowdfund, because they already make vehicles that's very cheap. I'm looking at the Slamby Lance right up under me right now that I paid maybe 40 bucks from, and my daughter is basically trying to destroy, but it's a tough figure. So no vehicles, no giant men they could do. Only thing they can do is a giant playset, and unfortunately I don't think it got funded. Next up, what I watched was D Amazing. Haven't really watched one of his reviews in a minute. He kind of puts them out in spurts. What I was waiting on him were two things for him to do. Get the Mezco Destro, which you see on the last episode of Soapbox. I put that up, that somebody put it in G.I. Joe Classified Elite, that it's on the move, about to come out. So he's got it. And then also he did a review on the Mayfax Deadpool, which I waited for a year for and took off pre-order. So let's go with the first thing, Destro. I know I've been crying for this man, Destro, where are you, where are you? But when I see him on D Amazing's review, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm gonna go ahead and go through with my orders. I don't even care if I did put the money down, because I canceled Roadblock after putting 15 bucks down. I would do the same with Destro, but I actually want to see this thing in hand, because I wouldn't necessarily say I'm underwhelmed, but I'm not overjoyed either once I'm seeing it. And the reason why, because of the bodysuit. Now, if Mezco is big on soft goods, that onesie really wasn't looking good to me at all, to be honest with you. But it wasn't bad. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That looked shoddy. It just more could have been done to it, more detail. And he's kind of looks thick. I hate that short, wide, look that Mezco has. But I got a Mezco Bishop I'm about to open up within the next week or so, and I got this Destro, and Destro might be the last man standing on this line right here. I really wasn't never too big on Mezco. I was like, let me roll the dice, give him a try, and see what's up. But to be honest, he wasn't looking too hot to me. D Amazing said he loved him. And I don't know, I might love him. As far as articulation wise, he looked like he was straight. As far as the way he looked, the way he was decked out, besides that onesie, that's it. And then the globe around his neck is plastic. I was thinking that was going to be soft goods, but kind of looking at it, looks like that kind of pins and holds down that onesie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they were going to do it, like, they needed to make that onesie he wears, and that's what it is. It's not a BattleTech suit. It looks like a Fendi onesie, some type of designer onesie that man got on. You know what I'm saying? The only man wearing a onesie. Well, I don't know. This new generation, they love little rompers and stuff like that. But on the flip side, one I really wasn't thinking too much about was the Mayfax Deadpool, the X-Force version, which it looks good, and I think I'm gonna pick that up. The only thing is lacking is not really packing too many guns, but I got tons of Valaverse guns I can put in his hand, and D Amazing did go through that and show you that it can hold guns. Then to segue on that and piggyback on that, the Wolverine, I really wanted. I just like, let me get the Deadpool too. But I took both of them off pre-order, and I really wanted to see him in hand, and it went to the perfect person to see in hand. That's D Amazing. He does great reviews because he knows how to pose them up. He's from the essence of action figure collecting, and that's really kind of, for me on my end, is posing figures up. Before I knew about this YouTube, just messing around with figures and posing them up, and that's what he does best. But that Mayfax Wolverine, it's okay. It's not a bad looking figure, but be honest with you, I had buyer's remorse on not getting the brown suit Mayfax Wolverine, so I was gonna buy that one. Yeah, I was gonna do an angry purchase. So check out D Amazing's review on Mezco Destro, Mayfax Wolverine, and Deadpool X-Force version. Next up on reviews that I watched is Dan Who, and he had the 2-pack Doc Ock and Aunt May that I told you I put on pre-order, then I took off, and I still think I'm gonna leave it off, but it looked really good. Doc Ock looked really good. Aunt May looked really good for what she was worth. I think she even had double jointed legs, he said, but no double jointed arms. Why? Aunt May needs to bust some pistols, man. Come on, man. Give her double jointed arms. She's an action figure. Look, put Granny into action. But it looked good. It looked like it was worth it. He did a great job. And Hellfire Hank definitely hit somebody in the head with an axe at the end. So if you can, check that out. Dan Who's Reviews. He's a big Marvel Legends guy. He did a great review on Doc Ock. He's usually one of the first to get those lately, because UK been getting all the Marvel Legends first, but it looks like that's been kind of slowing down a little bit. But check out Dan Who's Reviews. Up next, we got my man. Ferry the Workaholic, once again putting in work, because he is a workaholic. This man, I'm not even just riding his surfboard. This man does great pictures, man. And I swear to you that 2 or 3 times I came across pictures when I'm just scrolling through Facebook, just looking at stuff. I'm like, who is this? And lo and behold, it's Ferry. This week he has a kit bash or a fodder that he did with a Baroness. She's in her little bikini or whatnot. And then he has a Pimp Daddy Destro, which he made out of a Luke Cage body. Now, Wood go grab that, but he's up there. It's from the Toy Biz Luke Cage with the yellow shirt coming down. And if you look close, you can see the ball jointed hips that he has on there. But he did a great job. He did a great job on that, man. And it looks awesome. Ferry, you stay putting in work, my man. You stay putting in work, man. I'm gonna stay plugging you up on this channel. Like I said, you're a regular guest here. You have a residency here, like you're in Las Vegas, my friend. And then also, people are figuring out new ways to spruce up that cover girl. He has the best cover girl head I put on there, and I believe that's that Black Widow head, that Walmart exclusive. But I've seen a couple of videos this week of people putting different heads on the cover girl, man. And that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Putting in work sometimes when you gotta put in work, man. You know, you really can't depend on these companies to do exactly what you want to do. And that brings the fun and playability factor into your hobby, when you can switch up a head if you want, or you come in, you fodder something, or you made it yours. You made it unapologetically yours. So, Ferry, man, I appreciate you, man. Every time you let me get a pick, and hey, keep putting in work, because you're a workaholic. Also on pictures this week, I got a guy who did an Arctic Snake Eyes. And you should be able to see his name up on there. I forgot. Usually this stuff comes out of G.I. Joe Classified Elite. But looks pretty cool, man. He's got like his little winter coat on, and it has a reference picture there. And just I thought it was a pretty cool pick. And I thought it was warranted enough, because you don't really see a lot of Snake Eyes customs. Well, at least I don't. And I thought this one was pretty cool, you know, with like a little bomber jacket on. There's a guy who took a Mezco blade head, put it on a Action Force body, and you know, pretty much made a custom out of that, and it just looks good. The Action Force body moves very well, and that blade head looks pretty good, and it just all worked out. Looks like he used that like Security Force body, because they're all black, so that, of course, you know, Blade dresses in all black. And it just looks like a good looking pick. I just thought it was something cool, just in case somebody wanted to see that, in case they wanted to make a custom and, you know, kind of work it out. And if you're gonna put something on an Action Force body, I mean, that's a great buck to put something on, because of the articulation. It moves very well, and it can be broken down and broken apart, and you can mix match it however you want. Also, I've been meaning to show this picture for a couple of weeks now. Actually, I was supposed to put it on last week or the one before, but this is Crocmaster with an alien on a chain like it's a crocodile, and they got him at Cobra Commander, got him in a pit fighting, and it just looks pretty cool, man. It's an awesome picture, man. I love looking at great photos when people bring their imagination out, and this one was a really good one. I meant to put it up on the channel a couple of weeks ago, but pretty much Crocmaster with a pet alien. Okay, so last but not least, on Community, I've been meaning to talk about this movie for about a week now, but who's with me when sometimes they watch that Flash movie and it gives you chills? Like, and not chills because it's like creeping you out, but chills like, man, this looks really good. And DC Multiverse, I wouldn't even never say it's a hit and miss. It's just a straight miss. And the stuff that they threw out that was a miss was actually a hit. Like that Snyder version, I believe. Don't get me wrong, because they didn't switched up directions. The Snyder cut of Justice League, I actually watched that on HBO Max a couple of years ago, and that was actually pretty good. It was really long. That's the one with the alternate ending with Jared Leto had the long hair of the Joker, which they should have had him playing that type of Joker the entire time. That kind of street gangster look was just kind of a little overplayed. And I think that one with the long hair and the crazy, the psycho, the straight jacket on was dope, yo. He just looked really wild in that, man. But other than that, all the movies to me are misses. And me, I am a hard critic. I'm a hard critic on myself. Like, I didn't watch the MCU until pretty much almost Guardian of the Galaxy came out. And I didn't watch it because I heard Guardian of the Galaxy was good. I was just like, hey, let me finally give this thing a try, because I believe Avengers, the first one, came out in 2011. I didn't watch it till like 2014. And I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty decent. Now, they're back kind of in a rut now from bad story writing. I don't believe it's from woke things trying to give women lead roles, because they do need lead roles. Different races, nationality, all different type of people need lead roles. What you need is better script writing. And what they're trying to do is trying to feed off themselves, like Eternals and even Shang-Chi. And I understand, man, Oriental people need to be represented in the MCU, but you should have kind of brought him in gradually. I still ain't really watched that movie fully through. It looked like it was actually pretty decent. And I still ain't watched Eternals through, but they're not bangers like Guardians of the Galaxy. That movie was a sleeper. You understand what I'm saying? So they're trying to take these sleeper titles and do that again. And sometimes you can't repeat magic. But getting back on subject is that this Batman movie looks really, really good. And I'm gonna have up here the show I watched on YouTube that has like Easter eggs. Sometimes I watch that, like, I don't know how people do it. They'll go through a trailer, a 2-minute trailer, and it'll be a 30-minute episode of them breaking down all these Easter eggs. And but the movie gives me chills when I see it. I don't know what's going on with that kid, because I'm really not into like gossip and celebrities. I don't really give a damn about no damn celebrities. I live in reality, son. I don't live in Hollywood somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was an actor or something, I probably would still live in North Carolina. I wouldn't even dare try to stay out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you go crazy. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with the kid, but as far as just the straight product of the movie, it looks great. And then it gives you a great scene from when I was a kid with the Batwing inside the moon, and he just free falling, just dropping. It's dope. Even the scene with the Batwing gets blown up, and the Batwing actually just misses him, and he's like gliding down, man. It's fire. It's fire. And what a good way. I think Michael Keaton's gonna die in this film, but what a good way to end one of the best Batmans to ever do it, Michael Keaton. Because what you had, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale. Ben Affleck's actually a good Batman, and be honest with you, if you're gonna cast a Batman, Ben Affleck is the perfect build. He's tall, he has a big wide chin, but the guy who played it the best to me was Michael Keaton. And if you seen him out in the street, you'd be like, him, Batman? Hell no. But he was such a great actor, he was able to make that happen. But that's a good movie. That's actually one I probably wouldn't mind going seeing in the theaters. I'm almost kind of feeling like it's actually gonna be pretty good. It's actually gonna be pretty good. Also heard that that Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty good too. And Mario. Those kind of the movies that's on my radar. Other than that, I really don't care about too much. But yeah, Batman looks like it's going to be great, so can't wait for that to come out. All right, let's get on to hot topics or rants. And usually, man, I have a million things in my head. It's just really, okay, what do I want to dive in and focus on? What can I speak from the heart on? And this week is, which wasn't even a hot topic this week, but it's always like a looming cloud. Other creators, content creators in this toytainment industry, receiving free toys, perks, and secret info on pretty much what's coming out on the toy line they're interested in. Some people have problems with it, some people don't. I'm one of the people I don't. You don't understand how hard it is to do this stuff, man. Like right now, it might not seem like it, but it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been up all night driving my box truck, making my deliveries. I came in to do this because I want to see my channel grow, and actually I love doing this. If I didn't, I wouldn't be so passionate about talking. I don't even have a script when I'm up here talking. I might have some bulletin points I look at, and sometimes I don't even look at them. I already kind of know what I want to do. But I'm speaking strictly from the heart. And anybody receiving things for their channels, man, like, I don't see the problem with it. You work hard. Obviously, whoever was looking and contacts you, see that you do a lot on it, whatever toy line that you're interested in, it's like, hey, let me see what's up with them. Now, they have a clause that you might sign, and that's up to you if you want to sign that or not. But on my end, from what I see, I think people mostly give an honest opinion. And everybody complains about it, from Charterman's Prime to whoever. They always have some type of complaint about something they don't like. I've never seen somebody up there like, hey, I love this, and there's no complaints about it besides me. If you ever notice me, like, I'm not too critical on action figures, man. And that's really not what it's about for me, because at the end of the day, man, like I said, I live in reality. It's a toy. It's a toy. It's not gonna get up and have sex with you. It's not gonna go out and fight with you or do anything like that. The biggest thing it's gonna do is sit on these shelves behind me and be a toy at the end of the day. Now, as far as people getting perks, like I say, man, you work hard for this. As far as them getting first-hand information so they can boost their channel up, why not? Why not? And if they was handing over a check, take that money and don't even run. You walk with it. I know I would. Hand me a check. Like I said before, I think guys is messing up. Good, won't you break a better deal? Matter of fact, that's the type of person I am. I'm looking for a deal. Like, for real. Like, all them free perks and all that. Like, I got probably thousands of dollars worth of toys in here. Ain't no company ever funded me. And whoever's getting free toys and stuff, I'm pretty sure their room is the same way. Hasbro has never brought any of their toys, most of their toys, or anything like that. And if they've gotten to a point where they're prominent enough and they've been receiving a few free things here and there, I'm pretty sure they've been on here for years. I'd be surprised when I hear like guys like, yeah, we've been up here for 12 years. Like, damn. Like, I told you, man, like, I be in another world, man. I didn't even know this stuff was going on. So I think it's warranted. I think the free info, man, I mean, that's cool, man. Help them boost up their channel. Because like I said, they're not getting no dividends for it. So why not, you know, exchange your favor back? And as far as these clauses, they might have a clause, but I'm pretty sure it's not nothing crazy to where you might, you know, get your family killed over it. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? I don't know. The rumor was they sent thugs to somebody's house to confiscate. I would have told them motherfuckers get off my damn porch before they get their ass shot. Like, for real. Like, what, you came here to get some toys? I'm about to put a toy on you. Okay, so like all this crazy stuff, man, you know, but I think as content creators, we deserve any perk that comes to us, because we work damn hard. I put a lot of time in to do this little raggedy show I got of mine, man. But I'm proud of it. I like the way it's growing. I like the way I'm looking, moving forward with it, and it makes me happy at the end of the day. I like a word that Bug used, and I'm not even riding his surfboard or nothing, but cultivate your hobby. That just sounded so great. Anybody that's cultivating their hobby, man, yo, like, dive into it, man. Dive into it. And I wanna kind of segue into something else. Like, whoever is getting like whoever is getting this free stuff, which I haven't really seen it lately. I haven't really seen nobody get nothing free in about a year. So I don't know. Maybe Hasbro and them is backing up off of that, you know, because maybe they feel like they can't use anybody anymore. But it doesn't matter to me either way it goes. But if they see that you are collecting a toy line, they've contacted you, you must unconditionally love this stuff. Now, you might be critical of it, like Charterman's Prime or Dan who loves Marvel Legends. They're a little bit critical of it sometimes, but at the end of the day, they love it. What sits behind them is shelves, just like me, are full of this stuff, full of toys that they love. And let's do a metaphor. Like, you're a person, right? Whoever's out there, somebody out there loves you unconditionally, even though you're flawed. Now, your arm might not be separated, or your loose joints or whatnot, but you might be an alcoholic, you might be a bad liar, you might be abusive verbally and physically. But somebody out there loves your ass unconditionally. Now, the toys aren't real, but at the same time, you can love different things unconditionally. And with these action figures, I love them unconditionally. Flaws and all. Flaws and all, man. So, like I said, man, like, sometimes I think this thing gets a little too, you know, but man, it's all kayfabe, man. It's all kayfabe. Ain't none of us out here just straight up just good guys. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. I think I'm 5 minutes past my video anyway. And be honest, that comes back to another thing. Like, once I get to where I need to be, I might not monetize it. Because I want to say what I want to say. I want to move how I want to move. I'm really not in this thing to make some money. Which I know once you get a large group of people together, you can generate some money up. But I'm looking for something bigger than that. Not no crumbs, not no chicken change. Because I've been getting money ever since I was a child. You know what I'm saying? It's just, at the end of the day, sometimes is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? And I know what you're probably saying on the flip side, for them to sign that clause, is it really worth it for them? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. At the end of the day, we all have different agendas of what we're doing up here. Yes, we're doing it from the heart. We love it, but there's different agendas. I think one thing what I said when I first started my channel, I was like, man, it'd be actually cool to talk to somebody from Marvel. I always was a great writer. I would love to write for Marvel maybe one day. Who knows, man? But at the end of the day, if you're a content creator, you work hard, you deserve any perk, any reward that is thrown your way. You take it, and most of the people who are doing it ain't giving a damn about what other people say. And people who are against it, I'm not mad at you either. That's your opinion. That's how you want to move. I'm one of the most logical persons you can ever come across of. I'll try to see both points, and I'm going to stick with my point to the end. But I'll see your point too also. So that's pretty much the hot topic, rant, whatever you want to call it for this week. Next week we'll dive into something else. And like I said, if you're watching the show for the first time, if you want to put a hot topic in there you want me to talk about, slide it in the comments, my friend.
All right, let's get into the toy news part of this thing. This week coming out, today is Sunday the 7th of May. And on Thursday, they will be releasing the Hawkeye, I believe, up for pre-order. They've been doing it every Thursday. This is, I believe, 60th anniversary with the Sky car. They also last week put up for pre-order Thor and the Destroyer 2-pack for like 61 bucks. It's up on Big Bad Toy Store. It's Eric Masterson. He has the helmeted full mask head. Something I'm not interested in, but I definitely be getting that Hawkeye. I said I was done with Mezco, but I'm interested in this Silver Centurion Iron Man. They're hard. Like without the cloth stuff, looks pretty alluring. It looks pretty decent, but I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with it. It's $125 if you're interested in it, but you know it's just I'm very interested, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. This is some bullshit Big Bad Toy Store put up, Revenge of the Sixth, so they can try to get you in for a Star Wars sale. I mean, what the hell they gonna do next? Return of the Seventh? I mean, that shit ain't gonna sell, man. I mean, if you want it, that's why I got it up there, though. Like, they got this. And I wouldn't scroll down anymore or take any more pictures to show you any more of that bullshit. This right here is a picture of Big Bad Toy Store. The Mayfax lineup I was waiting to come through has finally came through. The Wolverine, Cyclops, Deadpool, Storm. I would have got that Cyclops if he would have had a mask head, man. I ordered from Entertainment Earth last night. I told you I'm in the Jada cars. This is Nemesis Prime 1/24 scale die-cast cars. They 8 inches long, about 4.5 inches wide. And if you look real close, you can see the Optimus Prime up under the carriage there, like he sculpted into the the underlaying. And I ordered this Dodge Charger 1970. You can see the removable parts. It got removable hoods. The trunk works. I mean, these cars are dope. Like, Jada's a dope company. And this right here, I'm really stoked about. This 1956 Corvette. It's like got Bugs Bunny interior on it. It's got the deco, man. So, and you also get like a little figurine sometimes with those guys, man. So Jada's definitely killing it. And Entertainment Earth said it should restock soon. So hopefully I'll get those guys in the collection soon. But this is the Savage Land. If you can, give me a like, comment, subscribe. We do this right here for the love and beauty of action figures. And until the next time, God bless.